Hi there, hi. There's Reverend Freedom of Salvation Army. Sunday afternoon. That's the year of our Lord 2010. I think today is September the what is it? Anybody know? 20th, September 20th, 2010. Okay. Let's do this. This here's the Holy Bible. I'm going to open this. They call this the magic thumb. If you can see this, it's all chewed up. Yeah. Let's open this Holy Bible and read a chapter. What do you say? Magic thumb? All opposed? Motion carried. Reverend Freedom, I do solemnly swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. My given name, my card again on first certificate. Right? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Without further ado, let's see what this says. Okay, this is Psalm 52. Psalm 52, everybody, in your Holy Bible. Look at Psalm 52. Look at this. Psalm 52. Why boastest thou self in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of God endureth continually. Thy tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Selah. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place, and root thee out of the land of the living. Selah. The righteous also shall see and fear, and shall laugh at him. Lo, this is the man that made not God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches, and strengthened himself in his wickedness. But I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever. I will praise thee forever, because thou hast done it. And I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints. Well, let's see. Who do you think this is talking about? Let's do it like this. When was this written? What's it talking about? What's it talking about? When was this written? Psalm 52? Well, it says to the chief musician, Maschil, a psalm of David, when Doeg the Edomite came and told Saul, and said unto him, David is come to the house of Ahimelech. Well, let's see. When was this written? That's probably what, 3,000 years ago? Yeah. Do you know anybody what's talking about? It says, why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? Well, that's what it says. Why boastest thou in mischief, O mighty man? Well, who in the world? What else does it say? Thy tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfully. You know anybody that's deceitful? That their tongue deviseth mischief like a sharp razor. And this was written 3,000 years ago? You know anybody like that today? What does it say, Reverend Freedom? It says, why boastest thou self in mischief, O mighty man? Why? It said, why boastest thou self in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of God endures continually. Can you testify to that, Reverend Freedom? Yeah, I can testify that the goodness of God endures continually. And I'll repeat it again for you. I, with my hand on the Holy Bible, can testify that the goodness of God endures continually. What does it say about the mighty man? Well, it says, God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place, and root thee out of the land of the living. That's what he said. Gee whiz. Do you think anybody's going to pluck God out of his dwelling place? Reverend? No, I don't. I don't think so. The righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him. Lo, this is the man that made not God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches. You know anybody like that? That trusted in the abundance of their riches? Golly! Can you imagine somebody that, what does it say? It said, lo, this is the man that made not God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches, and strengthened himself in his wickedness. Does anybody know, can anybody imagine such a person on the planet Earth that made not God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches? Well, I can probably pretend that I don't. I can pretend that I never knew anybody like that. But then on the other hand, I can tell the truth, since my hand's on the Holy Bible, and say, yeah, I know that probably at least one person that made not God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of the riches. What did Jesus say? Reverend Freedom, what did Jesus say concerning this matter? What did Jesus say? Well, concerning the man that made not God his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches, Jesus Christ of Nazareth said the following. He said, there was a rich man that lived in a wide mansion, and there was a poor man that sat at his gate named Lazarus. And Lazarus was so poor that he was covered with sores, and the dogs licked his sores on a daily basis. He said a rich man walked in and out his front door and said, hello, Lazarus. Hello, Lazarus. How are you today? And one day the rich man died, and one day Lazarus died. And the rich man, well, he went to a place of tremendous heat and quite a bit of flames. In fact, he quoted the man, and the man said, Father Abraham, I'm tormented in these flames. And, he said, can you send Lazarus? Because Lazarus was in heaven in the bosom of Abraham, is what Jesus said. And Jesus told Abraham told the rich man, I can't, the rich man begged, I'm tormented in the flames. Can you send Lazarus to put a drop of water on my tongue, please? And Abraham, who's the progenitor of, all Christianity and Judaism and gospel and believers in the gospel of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, in whom God spoke these words, in Abraham, right, shall all the families of the world be blessed in thy seed. But the point of the matter is, the man was alive and conscious in the flames and in torment, the rich man that made not God his strength and trusted in the abundance of his riches. And Abraham said, I can't do it. You got your reward while you were on the earth. Lazarus was suffering. Now the tables turned. It's time for you to suffer, and Lazarus gets his reward. That's the way it is. And there's a wide gulf besides you can't cross over to give you a drop of water, even if I wanted to. Even if I wanted to send Lazarus. Jesus said, the man went on to say, please send Lazarus back from the dead and tell my brothers that they don't end up in the same place. Well, however, so you see that even 2,000 years ago, my understanding is that, yes, there was a rich man, he made not God his strength, trusted in the abundance of the rich, and said he was rich. What would he have done if he made God his strength? Well, if he made God his strength, he probably would have seen Lazarus being licked
by dogs, laying in poverty, and probably would have helped him out instead. But instead, what did he do? Well, he kind of just went along his way, doing business and living in his wealth. Well, what is that? You see the same thing today, Reverend Freedom? People doing business and going about their way and living in their wealth. Yeah, I do. What are you supposed to do about it, Reverend Freedom? Well, just bear in mind what Jesus said, and bear in mind what it says in Psalm 52, that it's just business as usual. Because it was going on 3,000 years ago, it was going on 2,000 years ago, and it's going on today, and it's just business as usual. Business as usual, that sounds pretty horrendous. Well, unfortunately, if you do care to take the time to read even the gospel of Jesus Christ, you'll find quite a number of what ordinary and normal people would consider to be horrendous. Even the crucifixion of an innocent man, even the crucifixion of a guilty man is horrendous. Jesus said, be forewarned, your own two parents will be the ones that will deliver you up to the executioner. So, John the Baptist went in the woods, was pulled from the woods, put in prison, and beheaded, even though he ventured not into the city of Jerusalem nor any town, and bothered nobody. People came to see him, and simply because of his words, he was beheaded in prison. That's pretty horrendous. Today we have the First Amendment, which I'll go ahead and quote it for you. Congress shall pass no laws respecting religion, nor prohibit the free exercise thereof. Nor shall the freedom of speech be abridged, nor the freedom of the press, nor the right of the people to peacefully assemble and petition the government for redress of grievances. Yeah, it might have protected, if they had a First Amendment in Israel in the days of John the Baptist, he might have not been cast into prison. Also, I know if he was purely a lunatic, a man that said he wore a loincloth of camel's hair with a leather belt and ate locusts and wild honey for dinner every night, you'd consider that to be a lunatic. My understanding is, if John the Baptist was truly a lunatic, they probably wouldn't have cared at all what he was saying. And my understanding in my life today is that my words, are called into question everything about me, even though I'm a person with a mental disability, on Social Security, homeless, live in my automobile. I know many people, apparently, with great amounts of wealth, that have a great issue, take great issue with me, my life, where I go, and what I say. And this is sermon over. Reverend Freedom. God bless America. Thank you to absolutely nobody.